So as a trustee of the HSNC board and the HSNC University, and as the vice chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation, I accord a warm welcome to our chief guests, Mr. Mike Hancock, Ms. Landy Jack, Mr. Stuart Patton, and Shazar Robinson. They're all part of Global Dialogue Foundation. Mike is a director at Global Dialogue Foundation, and Stuart and Landy are, of course, working very closely with him. So we are all family here. And we have Betsy Georgievsky. As you all know, he's the founder, CEO, and chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation. He's joined us all the way from Melbourne, where he just told you it's 7:30 in the morning. And we have Dave Rogers, who's from Canada, very much part of Global Dialogue Foundation. So they're both our mentors, along with Roshni Shanaz, who's the coordinator of the GDF Ambassador Program. And she's the one who's actually initiated the whole program for all our colleges. And we're very fortunate to have so many principals with us, because I know it's exam time. You students are very busy. You've left every way and come here to receive your certificates. And it was very nice of the principals to engage their students over the whole year to get involved in the activities of Dialogue Foundation. We have Dr. Pooja Ramchandani with us. She's the principal of HR College. We have Dr. Bhagwan Balani, who's the principal of Bombay Teachers Training College, and Dr. Sunil Lalchandani, who's the coordinator for the Global Dialogue Foundation Ambassador Program from CHM College. The principal, Dr. Manjula Pathak, could not come because, as I mentioned, the exams are going on. And the principal of Nita Dam, she's representing the principal of KC College, Dr.
Manisha Tyagi.
She's
the coordinator from Bombay Teachers Training College.
Yes, she's a coordinator from Bombay Teachers Training College. Have I missed out anyone?
All students.
Yeah. And the rest are
Malkani,
the
coordinator.
Malkani
From HR College, coordinator.
HR College, the coordinator from HR College. It is really very nice of you to
come here. Nita ma'am, come. Manisha ma'am, come here.
So what's going to happen today is that first of all, after we finish speaking, after me, Betsy is going to speak, and then we're going to show the slide of Global Dialogue Foundation, the video of all that we've done ever since the inception, globally as well as in India, so that all you students get to know what exactly is happening in Global Dialogue Foundation. Then Roshni would speak a bit about the UID Ambassador Program, what motivated you all to come here, what impact you created, and what all you've done throughout the year, as well as how we are going to go ahead from here. Because we have to look at the future. The future is very important, because the world that we are living in right now is really a very dangerous place. There's too much violence and disparity. And what are we going to do to change all this? It's crucial for us to transform this kind of situation. And we as trustees and board members, we have a lot of hope in you, our students, because you are our future, and the future lies with you. So we are at the crossroads now. How you behave from now on will steer the way whether we go into total chaos or we create a new world for us. And the Global Dialogue Foundation is one of those platforms where you get a very good opportunity to not only shine here within your own country, but you get the opportunity to meet global leaders who can really help you to connect in a bigger way all over, because now it's no longer just one country. We have to be global citizens. So Mike, Landy, Stuart, and Shaza, they are global travelers, and we are very fortunate to have them here with us. And with their inputs, our work is going to amplify manyfold. So Mike Hancock is, he's heading the Conscious Leadership Movement. His company is the Worldwide Business Intelligence, as well as he's the editor and publisher of Lead magazine. He created that along with his business partner and life partner, Landy Jack. And through this magazine, they're trying to build on the, create conscious leaders. Their vision is to create so many conscious leaders globally that they affect millions of lives. So it's only when leadership is conscious and with heart and integrity that the world can go in the right direction. Mike had put me on the cover of Lead magazine, the first cover of Lead magazine. I was very grateful for that because, you know, that gave me the kind of push to try to be a global leader and to see how I could transform the world because it's a big responsibility when people have so many expectations from you. So thank you, Mike. And what I would like to say about Mike is that he opens doors. He knows so many people globally that I can easily say that I am what I am because of Mike. He's connected me with so many people. In fact, he was the one who told me to join Global Dialogue Foundation. And if I hadn't joined Global Dialogue Foundation, he,
You did the work.
yeah, so no, he just says, oh, just join. It's going to be lots of fun. But the fun was, you know, it was fun, of course. It was hard work, and look what's happened. So you'll see the results when you see the video. So, Mike, you don't realize how many lives you impact and how many lives you transformed.
Thank you, Mark.
And when our provost and former president, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, he was asked, what's the secret of your success? He said, it's very important to get the best coach in the world. So according to me, Mike is the best coach in the world.
Thank you.
Just grab him, make use of him, make friends with him. He'll work wonders for all of you. You young children, you don't know when opportunity passes you by. Just grab what you get. Landy, of course, his partner, she's the best sounding board that Mike could ever have. They're like the yin and yang. Landy does the same work that Mike is doing, but they're like the keys of the piano, the black and white keys. Together, they are so harmonious. They build beautiful music together, and it's interesting to watch them because I was discussing with them how to take this movement forward, and I was quite amused to see how differently they thought, and yet they were so much in sync that it really creates a lot of, there's a spark in their relationship and they just transform lives. Stuart Pattern is also very much part of their team. He's part of the Worldwide Business Intelligence as well as he's started a company called Ace Adventures, which creates a different kind of education. If you must listen to him to see how he's creating a change, a transformation in the field of education. And Dr. Balani, you would be interested in him because you're training so many teachers. If the teachers learn what the current thinking process is, of course they are aware, but the implementation and how to go about it, you could learn a lot from Stuart. And he's also talking about the Finland way of education, the Finnish way of education, which is quite different from how the rest of the world thinks. And now I think Finland, in the global rankings, Finland has come out #1. So it's very important to be in touch with these great souls we have here today. Shazar Robinson is a water warrior. She's very much part of Mike and Landy's team, but she's a lady in her own right. She's a water warrior. She's working fully on environment and water conservation. And I really admire her for her commitment and drive. Thank you, Shazar, for being here with us. So we are eagerly looking forward to what's going to happen now. The students have worked very hard. We'll first see the video. I think Betsy is going to speak next. So everybody knows Betsy. He doesn't need any introduction. He's been our mentor and guide for so many years.
Token of appreciation from HR.
Oh, yeah, it's a token of appreciation. Dr. Balani always believes in appreciating when our guests arrive here. So a small token of appreciation. So I think we'll take a picture. Right?
Maybe you do the honor.
To give it to
Mike, sir. Yes, sir.
Pooja.
Please do the honor. Thank you.
Ajit.
Andy, you.
This way. Your turn, dear. It's lovely.
1 second.
That's like.
Okay. This side.
Okay. Party, please, auntie. Found it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Second.
And
Here.
oh,
It's good.
अब पहले दे रोशनी मैंने आपको पहले दे दी
आइए तो सही।
कम दिया
दोनों
Take it later. You gave it.
प्लीज do the order.
पहले आप. Thank you, sir. Picture.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass the token of appreciation through to the chief guests there. Yes.
Well, I think you would probably these are great. I guess we're.
you put your name
Coordinator of second. Let's go student.
the DM
Request Peter.
oh
Now.
Yeah, now it
Request Peter to speak.
now Betsy is going to speak Roshni
That's it, yes.
we have to invite him to speak.
Now we would invite Mr. Petse to share a few words of encouragement and open the floor for this wonderful afternoon with all of you here.
Thank you very much, Roshni, for that nice introduction. Can you hear me well, clearly?
Yes.
very well
Yes.
All right. So first of all, it's a real honor to be joining you today, and how thankful I am for the work that is going on in India regarding the Unity in Diversity movement. I'm very grateful, and I believe many other people around the world are equally as grateful. So I want to thank Maya. Maya, you really are a beacon of hope for so many people out there, including me, and including, I am sure I speak on behalf of everybody at the table there, because the work you've been doing is just outstanding, and I cannot acknowledge it enough, because you know, had we not had the efforts of Maya, there would be so much less fruits of our labor. So I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for amplifying all of the work we've been doing over the last 10 years now.
thank you Betsy
I want to acknowledge, Roshni, your tireless efforts in coordinating the Indian efforts around GDF and Unity in Diversity, especially in the last few years. I know how many late nights, early mornings you've worked through the night, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and it's really appreciated. And I know that the students and the ambassadors are really value that, and they value your leadership. Also from the Indian side, I want to thank Dr. Balani, who has really taken the torch and really moving the cultural kaleidoscope, starting from what I know of the cultural kaleidoscope to really seeing the vision of Global Dialogue Foundation, and really taking the task with two hands and really taking it forward, because it's this sort of leadership that our mission requires. And I want to encourage all the other principals to really consider that the work that they're doing in their schools, and the coordinators and the students, so far reaching because, we've seen in 2 short years what's been possible in Mumbai with working with the schools. And I'm only just, so much more hopeful for what lies ahead in the next 5 and 10 years and more. And fortunately, we're all still young enough to see all of that, I hope, anyway. All of the principals, Dr. Pooja, and I know Dr. Pashori, who's not here today, and all of the other principals. Is it Dr. Sunil? And I didn't get the other name. I'm sorry. But I want to thank you.
We have got Vice Principal, Madam Asha Bhatt.
Yeah,
we have got the coordinators, Dr. Manisha Tyagi. We have got Madam Neeta Dam
And Mr.
from KC College. And Mr. Manish Malkani is there from HR College, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Balani. I really want to thank you for all of your efforts and your contribution. And I know that it is, you're extremely busy people. And, I truly believe in, if you really want a task done, find somebody who's busy to make sure it will get done. And I really believe that what you've been doing is outstanding. And I know that the students will thank you for it, for not just this year and last year, but for many years into their future, because their lights, their pathways will be illuminated with the work that they're doing, contributing to the society today and on, going forward. My really good friend, Mike Hancock, you're an absolute legend. I want to thank you so much for all of the work you're doing, supporting GDF around the world. I know that people all over the world get to hear about GDF because you so believe in it and you speak it from your heart, and you know how valuable what we're all doing is. And I remember from the day I first met you, that thought about how well you present that internationally is, it just keeps getting better and better. And Lundy, it's great to see you. And thank you so much for all of your support for GDF. Shazar, nice to see you as well. And Stuart, it's nice to meet you as well across the wire. I'd like to speak a little bit about why GDF is doing what it's doing. And Maya really touched on the essence of it earlier. The world is really in a very strange, interesting, dangerous place with so much geostrategic influence going across borders, and it can be very frightening. Global Dialogue Foundation really stands for the rise of culture to really come through and sweep us back to where our hearts belong and where our true essence of our own individual cultural identity and heritage really belongs. And that is not in assimilating our people, but really acknowledging all of the cultural identities and heritage that exist on the planet and making sure that everybody finds their place in the world. So for that reason, we really stand to serve as a nucleus for the creation of United Civilizations. And United Civilizations is intended to be a major body, just like the United Nations today serves the world as a collection of governments has gatherings around the world where everybody meets and has a chance for dialogue and to present initiatives. And whatever we each may think of the United Nations, it is really the only organization of its kind that brings every country together in such a forum. Our goal is to serve as the nucleus for the creation of United Civilizations, which would be a collection of countries represented by citizens, just like you and I, ordinary citizens, business people, scientists, whatever it takes to help move the world towards better days. And our goal is really about organizing, helping communities to organize themselves. And the way we're doing that is by initiating and promoting dialogue among people of all of the cultures in communities around the world, so that when people come together and meet and can be friends, then can work together to develop initiatives that help move things forward, help each other find ways of addressing their needs and creating a stronger community and a more meaningful life. what this looks like on the ground is been fascinating. Over the last 10 years, I've had the good fortune of being involved in just about every initiative Global Dialogue Foundation has been either invited to attend, participate in, hold a roundtable discussion, or have our own events ourselves. And I am so encouraged to know that when people from different cultures come together, amazing magic happens when people can begin to present themselves from the culture that they essentially identify with and represent themselves as their own individual identity and heritage. Amazing things happen. I've seen university research studies report that when troubled kids from Indigenous backgrounds are reconnected to their culture, progress happens. There's less crime, there's less drug use and alcohol use. And that's on one end of the spectrum. But I've also seen in a well-developed society where people who come together across culture can meet and begin to work together, create amazing programs to help build inclusivity in the communities they live. Now, I can talk for days about the work that GDF has been doing, has done, and also what we aim to do in the future. But really, I'm so interested in hearing your thoughts about how the program went this last year, what the gains, what the learnings were, and also would be very interested to hear what you're considering for the next year and how the program may develop going forward. So I hope that was enough of a snapshot, a high-level snapshot about Global Dialogue Foundation to help you understand, I guess, or to hear again. And I know that sometimes it's not so easy to conceptualize, but to understand that we are working on a very big mission. And while we don't purport that we're going to be the United Nations size tomorrow, we also know that every journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And we're definitely more than just taking our first steps. We've really made some amazing progress in the last 10 years. And I'm very excited to know or to be part of the next phase of our development. And I truly believe that India plays an integral role. And only a couple of years ago, we nominated the Tadumal Shahani Center for Management as the headquarters of the United Civilizations Initiative. And it is with great honor that we've done that. And we truly believe that, the years ahead will really not only, India shine as a beacon for unity in diversity, but also help coordinate the global efforts of building the bridges between people of the different cultures. So thank you so much for the opportunity to present to you today and to speak with you. And of course, I want to thank all of the students, the intern ambassadors, and the coordinators for your amazing efforts. I'm very excited about hearing, more from you, and I look forward to that. So thank you very much.
We'll now present the Global Dialogue Foundation video. This was made at the onset of the Ambassador program when it began in 2020. And we shall play that for switch off some lights. Not required. Not required. It's clear.
Optimize it.
While you're doing that, if you don't mind, I would like to acknowledge the mentors from around the world. Dave Rogers, your commitment to helping the students move forward and learn has been outstanding. I know that you're up early in the morning to make the meetings all the time, and it's very appreciated. I want to acknowledge Ilya Naidovsky, who's not with us today. His wife is about to have their second baby, under just a couple of years old, and he's unavailable to be with us today. And I also want to acknowledge Ilyana Shmatelka, who's also not with us today, but she has done an amazing amount of work for many years. She's traveled to many events and forums and participated and supported. So she's not with us today, but she certainly deserves her acknowledgement. So thank you.
I'm Maya Shahani, the trustee of the HSNC board and the vice chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation.
Hi, I'm Ed Sale, Peter Georgievsky. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO and chairman of Global Dialogue Foundation. And we're going to give you a presentation today about the history of Global Dialogue Foundation and some background. So let's get straight into it. So the very first initiative that Global Dialogue Foundation engaged in with the United Nations Alliance of Civilization was in Brazil in 2010, when a group of non-governmental organizations, ordinary people, got onto the stage and presented their wonderful initiatives that are bridging the divide between people of different cultures. In 2010 was the very first forum of Global Dialogue Foundation called the Unity and Diversity Forum, and it was held in Melbourne, and it was under the auspices of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations also, and it brought together students, it brought together non-governmental organizations to scale up initiatives that are bridging the divide between people from different cultures.
We then had a very interesting forum in Kerala in 2011, where people flew in from all parts of the world. Peter Georgievsky and George Christoph Bass, the strategic advisor to the United Nations Alliance of Civilization, as well as the former chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation, who had organized the whole event. They were there, and there were people from the Art of Living, about 1 lakh people. They had not actually participated in this forum, but they were there, and it was all beamed globally. So this was a very effective forum, which was so inspiring that even Ban Ki-moon wrote in his memoirs that this is something very interesting that the Global Dialogue Foundation is doing, and this is what is really needed in today's times. And these are some more pictures of the forum that we had in Kerala, and the young students who were so inspired by this. My granddaughter had also flown with me. She's right behind me in the last picture, and she went and told all the students at HR College that this is something really good and you students should all participate in this. And the gentleman in the picture above, in the white beard, he's Joe Rodriguez. He muted the idea of building peace gardens at this forum.
The government of Azerbaijan, it was a movement they were starting called the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue. And as Unity and Diversity had become a known initiative for bringing people in the communities together, Global Dialogue Foundation was invited to present at this forum and make people aware about this grassroots movement. We were also invited to present at the Doha pre-forum and explain to the attendees for this main event what Global Dialogue Foundation and Unity and Diversity is about.
We then have gone to Paris to meet Jean-Christophe Bass, who was a strategic advisor to the UN, as I told you, and there we decided that we would have at least one ongoing program on multiculturalism in the business world. So as soon as I came back to India, we had a program there where we invited corporates from different fields, and we spoke about multiculturalism, which of course is very helpful for corporates because it helps them to grow in their business, and it creates a very good identity for them. This was in our Center for Management in 2011.
We organised a community event in Australia, and it was the official launch of the Australian chapter, where a large group of community leaders and local government agencies came together, and the former High Representative of the Alliance of Civilizations, who was His Excellency Mr. George Sampaio, and he presented to the Australian community this initiative that Global Dialogue Foundation is spearheading, that is bringing communities together across cultures and bridging the divide and building this global movement, and that this was the starting grounds for this to take place. There, very soon after that, one of the local government agencies approached us and asked if we could work with them to develop an initiative in the Whittlesea municipality. So this group here is the starting executive committee of the initiative in Whittlesea, and we came together as the beginning of a 3-year program, which continues on now. Where people from different cultures would meet in the community and, help create more understanding. So this is another event by a leading Australian institute, which is predominantly run by youth who were keen to understand about unity and diversity, and gave us the opportunity to present to their audience, and were fascinated to learn about this initiative that's become global and driving forward the mission of dialogue and understanding.
Oh, this was a memorable moment for me because I actually got up on stage. I shared the stage with Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister of the UK, and this was the Doha Forum in 2011. If you know my background, which is the background for all Sindhis who came as refugees from Pakistan, we had absolutely nothing in our pockets, and I, as a young girl with nothing in my pocket, I said that I want to be part of the UN. I don't know why I said it, because I was born the same day that the UN came into creation, and this is my dream come true. So I'm on stage here, speaking to a huge big audience of the United Nations. And the other important thing that took place at this Doha Forum was the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with George Sampaio, the former President of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. Here you can see Betsy signing the memorandum, and George Sampaio sat down on our table. We were at the head table, and we had a very interesting discussion with him at the forum in 2011. This picture I always cherish. And you, my dear students, you could be like this, because even though you have humble beginnings, if Modi as the Chaiwala could be the Prime Minister of India, I'm sure you students, you're far better than all of us, and you would really shine and do much more. And we're so happy to have you as interns with us. Thank you.
This was the beginning of a small group in Cameroon that came together to be part of the Unity and Diversity movement. And as interns, you would have an opportunity to work with people all around the world on the Unity and Diversity program, whereby you can connect people who are willing and able, just like this group in Cameroon, to step forward and build unity and diversity circles in their countries. So soon after, about a year after the initiative in Melbourne started, with the community, there was an official launch with the local municipality and the mayor, and it's really become a leading initiative that has seen many people from communities come together. So you really have an opportunity in your own settings, in your own communities, to bring people across cultures from different levels of whether it be government or education, to come together and help work together to promote dialogue and understanding between people of different cultures. And this here is a slide where 40 or 50 people from this community would be part of a monthly program where there'd be a session moderated or a seminar delivered by an authority or a service provider in the community that would help everybody learn about what's available, and then the communities coming together to join hands to help build a stronger community for everybody. This here is a slide of one of the programs of the Whittlesea Community Leadership Network, which is the leading women's health and safety project. And 33 women from as many different cultural backgrounds came together to work together to learn about health in the community and then help spread the good news and the learnings that they gained to their own communities. So another opportunity is to work with companies, and this is a small company that we had a chance to work with to help develop a cultural diversity statement, and for this group to really embrace cultural diversity and understanding. and really acknowledge each other's cultures rather than, you know, make the cultural identity something to ignore, that they would actually embrace each other's cultural identity. In May 2013, we're invited to the 5th Global Forum of the Alliance of Civilizations, and Maya and Ileana and a number of GDF people here and the former GDF chairman were in attendance, where we presented and we had a conversation with the High Representative about expanding this initiative globally. In 2014, we had a chance to meet in New York at the United Nations, and we somehow, by a stroke of luck or a stroke of God, we had the Trusteeship Council as our room for this meeting. And this is where the Unity University, the World Civil Society, was very first officially launched with the new High Representative. He's now former High Representative, His Excellency Al Nasser.
Oh, this is a favorite picture of mine because this was the first peace garden that was started by Unity University in Nashville, and this was started by a young boy, Kiran. He was just 14 years old when he came to me and he said, I would like to help the world. So I said, well, why don't you start a peace garden? Because that was foremost in our minds at that time. So he said, yes, I will. And he had the courage of this conviction. And he amazed us all by starting this peace garden, where Betsy flew down specially to inaugurate it. So this is a picture that can motivate you students, because if a 14-year-old boy who was 16 when he started this garden, if he could do it, I'm sure you could achieve miracles in your life also.
And following that was a primary school where Unity University Peace Garden was launched in Victoria, and it was in my hometown where I grew up, and a group of students and the principal came together with their families, and they decided that they'll build a garden under the name of Unity University so that they can all embrace each other's cultures and celebrate them. In 2014, we traveled to the United Nations in New York for the non-governmental organization meeting, where people from all around the world would come together and run separate workshops. So the Unity University World Civil Society initiative has been presented in New York on a number of occasions. So people around the world are coming together and finding out more about this initiative. So the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue continued its march, and the government of Azerbaijan was really driving this. Azerbaijan sees itself as at the crossroads between East and West, and as a mediator or as a country that really has the capacity to promote coexistence among people of different cultures, and it really took a leadership role. So we were invited again to present Global Dialogue Foundation and how we were really developing this initiative at the grassroots level. So you really have an opportunity to learn from these kinds of events and learn about the presentations given at each of these events, and then help to spread the message of Unity University in your own unique way in your efforts forward. So in July 2015, Ileana and I, and Mira actually also from Bulgaria, traveled to Serbia for a Unity University symposium, which is led by Miomir and his organization there and the students for creating movies and media that would promote understanding between different cultures. So this is a great example of students coming together around this mission. And after Mira had been to Serbia, she brought together a small group in Bulgaria, people from different religions and religious backgrounds and different cultures, and they came together as a starting group for building Unity University in Bulgaria. This is a photo of their very first meeting. It's another picture of the United Nations in New York, where Ileana is running a workshop here about Unity University with people from all around the world. And we had the chance to present during one of the plenary sessions one of the main sessions where Unity and Diversity is starting to be recognized by people around the world as a leading program for helping people come together across culture and build coexistence.
This is again, we are coming back to Mumbai. We inaugurated the Unity and Diversity chapter in March 2016. And this is in our very own AC college, which we had a jam-packed auditorium, and we had people flying in again from all over the world. Hanifa, the right-hand person of the UN President Al Nasser, Hanifa, she was there and she spoke on his behalf. And this was an event which was covered by the media in a very big way, because this was something really, we felt that this is what the country needs. On the same day in the evening, we launched the first Peace Garden in India. And here you can see Hanifa in the top picture talking about how inspired she was by this Peace Garden. And because we felt that Peace Gardens are a place where people of all communities and cultures could get together and talk about their visions and their dreams. And it's a very peaceful and non-obtrusive environment. This garden is run by the Brahma Kumaris. They were also there, and the former mayor of Mumbai was also there at this event.
So then in 2016, we went back to Baku for the World Forum for Intercultural Dialogue with the Alliance of Civilizations, and we signed another memorandum of understanding for a further 5 years. This slide here is the starting team in Kenya. So this is a country that is, has a lot of movement towards unity and diversity over the last few years. And this group here is led by Paris from World Radiance International. And she's been organising a number of programs and meeting with the authorities about building unity and diversity. So as an intern in this program, you have an opportunity to work with international teams such as this team and others around the world to help coordinate the development of unity and diversity initiatives and to set best practices and really use your own unique, you have your own unique contribution towards, steering these initiatives and helping them to develop.
Yes, this was the Unity and Diversity companies that we launched. We feel that companies also have to bring in this culture of inclusion and diversity. So most of the people who attended this forum, they felt that this was in the interest of the companies to promote this kind of inclusion. And Ileana was there, she had conducted the meeting very well and informed different tables, and we came to a lot of impactful conclusions. Betsy was also there, who was presiding over the meeting, and I would expect our students also as interns to reach out to companies to form more and more unity and diversity companies. This is why we need your help, not only in campuses but companies as well. This is again the same day when we had a very interesting discussion on how to form unity and diversity campuses. We had students from many campuses there come together, and they felt that this is something that is really required, because as I keep mentioning that we are really living in a very dangerous and divisive world. So it is up to our students, who are the future leaders. They can set an example and start with the campuses first to begin a sense of unity and diversity.
So the following year was the official launch of Unity and Diversity in Serbia. So after the initial session, the symposium, which was 2 years prior, Neil had organised to bring together major players in the field of culture and understanding and media to meet together and to develop and to officially launch, and it was with one of the city halls in a place called Veche. So I had the chance to be there for this session and to be part of this launch. So this is an example of what is possible in every country really around the world. And as part of this internship program, you'll have a chance to work and to initiate these kinds of movements around the world as you learn more about the program, and you'll be able to draw on experiences we've had. You'll be able to be the starting point as well, if you wish, for initiating this kind of movement. So just some more photos of the gathering in Serbia. Here we have an example of the Unity University development in Kenya under the leadership of World Radiance International. And here this was the first or second, there's been two camps. This photos of one of the camps where students came together for several days on the topic of Unity University and really building a core team for going into their community and into their schools, and where they are real ambassadors of Unity University and helping to bridge the divide. Or, in Kenya there has been reports of intertribal violence in various areas, and in the past they had schools closed as a result. And the work that Iris is doing with her team there is really helping to break those barriers down and bring people together just like this from different cultures.
Considering all the good work that we had done in India, Global Dialogue Foundation identified us as the global headquarters of United Civilizations Initiative, and they earmarked our campus, the Tadamachani Center for Management, as the Center for United Civilizations Initiative. So the launch took place on the 7th of October 2019, and the gentleman in the middle who's cutting the ribbon, Betsy of course is there. He flew down specially from Melbourne to inaugurate this campus. But the gentleman in the middle is A.S. Kiran Kumar, who was the former ISRO chief. In those days, they had launched Chandrayaan-2, and that was very much in the news. And I had requested Mr. Kiran Kumar to launch our campus because we felt that would be very meaningful for us. We are moving out to a different category and a different sphere altogether. So he graciously came, and you students will recognize Principal Balani. He was in the audience. He had attendance especially, and of course the lady from the UN, the British Council, she was also there. So this was a very meaningful event for us, and we hope that you students, once the lockdown is over, you will be having your meetings in the United Civilizations headquarters of our campus.
So thank you for your time and your attention, and we look forward to getting on with the rest of the program and working with you as part of the Internship Ambassador program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roshni ma'am to talk about the UID Ambassador program.
Thank you, Balani sir. Thank you so much, Betsy and Maya ma'am, for this wonderful video that we had for the launch of the UID internship program that began during the lockdown. Therefore, the mention of the lockdown getting over by Maya ma'am. And it was incredible of how much was achieved even during the lockdown. So, namaste and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Roshni Shanaz. I'm a spiritual well-being and wellness professional. And in 2016, got connected to Unity in Diversity Global Dialogue Foundation's event that happened for launching it in India as the India chapter. And down the line in 2017, I got to move ahead with it because I truly believed in it as well. And in some ways or many ways through my work, Unity in Diversity was a primary pillar to the work being done. And in 2017, I got to be the director for the India chapter. And as we went along and came during the lockdown, and it was just a year before that one fine evening when we were at Maya ma'am's place, and that time Betsy sir had come down from Australia. We were talking of how it would be to what could be done in India to, spread this more like wildfire. And the only thing that I always believed in, that youth is not the future. They are the very present, sitting right in front of us. And we keep saying future because future is there. And you all are wonderful people sitting right here in the hall. So we said, let's tap into the youth. Let's tap into the, enthusiastic, runners of life who are wanting to do such great things. And today's youth is completely different to what we were. We were, I wouldn't say complacent, but there were not many options during our times. And therefore, to dream beyond the boxed, parameters of life was not very easy for us. And so we thought that it would be best. And who else but the Thadumal Shahani to tap into students, and that's where Maya ma'am's again key role came in, that we could connect with the colleges in the under the HSNC board, and that's how the little seed of having the Unity in Diversity Ambassadors Internship Program was born. And thanks to Maya ma'am that we moved towards realizing it, manifesting it, and putting it into reality. Dreams we all can see, and dreams we see when we are asleep. But to realize the dreams, we have to wake up. So that's what Maya ma'am helped to do. And then after curating and creating a little format, we had Dave Rogers, who we pulled in as well. Then we have Eliana, we have Elia, who is having his second baby. And then that's how we formed the Global Mentors for the internship program and created a basic criteria of different things or different areas. Because it is not easy to just impose anything on anyone and say, oh, you have to do this. Because you need passion, you need creativity, you need that engagement from your own self as well. So what we thought is we divide it into different categories and open the floor to the students as to what you are interested in. You write it into a Google form and tell us what you would be passionate about to do in these different categories. And that's how it came about to bring about the children. It started with two big institutions. Mr. Balani has been there right from the onset. And he, as Betsy rightly said, has been a torchbearer to, take it further. It's like the Olympiads. You take the torch and you hand it over, and then somebody runs from there and runs from there. And Balani sir has been running all the Thank you so much, sir. It is not easy to be a dean, to be a principal, and giving time to something that is ancillary, something that is outside of your purview of your everyday daily duties and life. But Balani sir has done a wonderful job in not only just encouraging other principals, but being on top with all the students, the coordinators and everything, and being an integral thread interviewing this entire beautiful fabric of Unity in Diversity program. So we began with BTTC and the National, yes, a very big hand. And the National College, sorry. And so after the first year, when the first year began, we were thinking of, bigger things to do. And as we moved towards December, the BTTC already has a program which they do every year, the cultural kaleidoscope, and we were trying to see what could be done within those lines. And it so happened to create this idea that 14th of February, I thought, is always this, lovey-dovey day. And we have some brilliant minds who oppose it as well. I never knew why love has to be opposed. But nonetheless, so we thought, okay, why don't we just expand and go beyond that and put in our own initiative to have 14th February as the Global Day of Love and Oneness. And sometime down the line, maybe put a request and petition to the UN to declare it as the International Day of Love and Oneness, which Global Dialogue Foundation initiates. So that's how was born our 7 hours long live on YouTube for the first year in 2021, which we did on 14th February, where again, it was a lockdown period. But it was phenomenal how all the students, teachers, and coordinators coordinated together to bring about the entire 7-hour event, whereby we had chosen that we will choose different countries across the globe. And again, we gave the students the hand to choose which countries they wanted to, take into consideration. And then the cultural factors of music, food, the history, the tourism perspective, the entire, dynamics of life were brought alive in that 7-hour show. And if you've not seen it, you must go on the Global Dialogue Foundation YouTube and see that. For 2 years, it has been there in a wonderful program. The second one was a little lesser. We thought 7 hours was too much for everyone to sustain. So we went in for about a 4-hour event, which was there. But hats off to all the principals and students once again, because you will see that during the lockdown, how they have managed to get costumes, how they've managed to organize the videos where they have acted in their own homes and clubbed the entire video to seamlessly look like one. So it just tells us the, spark of the human spirit, and that we can never be brought down by anything. If we truly want to do something, if we allow passion and effort to combine, then we can invite grace into our lives and actually walk the talk of everything that we want to do. So it was a very, very big hand that deserves to all the past students who are not here today for the first batch. For spearheading the entire, videos and the coordination with the videos, and then culminating to this side of putting in the whole thing together. So thank you very much to the earlier students. We acknowledge you for being the first, living example of the UID Ambassadors Internship batch, and the second batch who is present here for the felicitation today. We congratulate you. We have read all the reports of the fantastic work that you all have done. Really fascinating to see that, you all have taken out that time. As a very old Hindi movie goes, time hota nahi, nikalna padta hai, right? So we all take out time when we want to, and thank you so much that you brought UID alive once again, and we hope to continue that with several batches down the line, and soon in life, maybe after 5 years, 10 years, have an alumni meet in the HSNC University for all the batches put together. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much, Mike, Landy, and our guest, Shazar. Good to meet everyone after the lockdown, all the principals as well. We all have met on Zoom, and meeting face to face is such a wonderful thing. So thank you so much. And once again, last but not the least, thank you to Maya ma'am for, she is the, the beginning goal post from where everything begins and all the horses run to the photo finish.
I always keep saying I'm just a Maya.
The illusion that runs the world. Yes. So a very big hand for Maya ma'am once again. And to all our global mentors, Betsy sir, Dave Rogers, Elia, who is not here, and thank you very much for being there. And may you be the torchbearers now and create the ripple effect, the butterfly effect into the world of 1 to a million each one. Thank you so much for being here.
Everything. You were the person who drove the whole engine. We're grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So we now move ahead to inviting Dave Rogers from 5:30 a.m. Canada or 6 a.m.
No, 5:43.
5:43. Okay, close. All right. So here is Dave Rogers, humorous, dynamic, inspirational, motivational, and a go-getter himself. He is an amazing inspiration to all young and old alike. Been doing some great work in elder care as well in the last recent years. But it has been fantastic to know Dave since 2016, and in fact, be a part of Mike and Dave's programs of the X Factor entrepreneurship programs in Malaysia, where 2 of them I could attend, and a great initiative for inspiring the entrepreneur in each one of us. And we all are entrepreneurs because we have to sell ourselves all life. So it's a great, honor for having Dave Rogers with us as our global mentor. Dave Rogers.
Thank you, Roshani, and thank you, everybody. It's fantastic to experience the Global Dialogue Foundation legacy. I was impressed and thrilled to see where all of the different events have come together and welcoming the new ambassadors, the new principals, and the people who are experiencing this for the first time. It's extremely humbling and also exciting to see what is possible. And I would like to say thank you to everyone who's been on the journey, because it is a continual journey. I love that the water warriors there, Shahzad, has been serving so many people in India from Australia. And that's one of the examples of what is possible. And so today I'm inviting the new ambassadors, the graduates of the mentorship program, to really connect, to talk, to have the opportunity today to start a new relationship. When Roshani and I met, it was quite fascinating because we met at Maya's home. And it was one of those opportunities that there was a connection, that we felt that we wanted to make a difference. Yes, when we spoke, we were a little bit mad. In Japanese, it's called kru-kru-pa. And so there's an element that when you want to make a difference, it might seem a little bit weird, wonderful, or wacky, WWW. And so I'm inviting each of you, whether you're a principal right now and you're moving into a whole new transitional phase of reflection of what will be your legacy, to experiment, to explore possibilities. A big part of my life in the last 5 years with the lockdown has been involved with elderly care. And elderly care, again, is building bridges. You see behind me, I have a bridge. As I was watching the video of Maya and Pechi, you can see Global Dialogue Foundation is about building bridges. It's about unity in diversity. As you've seen in the last 10 years, companies all around the world, whether in India or Japan, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, they're interested in diversity, equity, and inclusion. In fact, DEI is one of the areas that I've been working with companies in Singapore and Africa and all throughout Asia, because Global Dialogue Foundation has been ahead of the curve and equipping you with what is the most important initiative of peace and prosperity, is celebrating unity and diversity. And so by becoming a graduate of the ambassador program, we're hoping you can start to really embrace your potential. The potential to share, the potential to care, and bring compassion into each day, into each conversation, into each dialogue. By slowing down by studying some of the things that India is most famous for, like meditation, like yoga, like acceptance, like connection with heart. And by being the best edition of yourself today, slow down and connect. Build relationships that can make a difference. Yet also be expressive, be playful, infuse fun in any of the initiatives that you look for. Our Global Day, International Day of Love and Oneness was a celebration, a 7-hour celebration of dance, of song, of healing. And I believe that many of the mysteries of healing come from dialogue, come from celebration, come from being present to song, dance, and artistic expression that's in you. So be creative, be innovative, be collaborative, and have fun as you make a difference on this planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you.
We now move forward to the representation of each of the 5 colleges that has been involved in the second batch of 2022 for the Unity and Diversity Ambassador internship program. We shall invite the principals or the representatives who are there on behalf of the principals. And after each of them coming up, the student who is going to be awarded as the most outstanding youth ambassador of the program from that college is going to be invited to share. We also have some videos which are made by 4 colleges. So we shall play the video first and then invite the principal and the student thereafter.
अजीत को भी
Would you like some tea or coffee?
We could talk a little bit.
It's just will take you time. Okay. I would like the students and their reaction to all this. What any one of you, what would you like?
Please continue.
How did you feel after watching these videos so far and what Roshni said to you? What inspired you? What made you feel that, okay, this is an organization that you would like to be part of? I would like Mike and Landy also to communicate with the students, to tell them a bit about you. You'll be, of course, speaking later on. Any interaction that you feel would be good for the students while this is warming up?
Sure, let's hear from the students and then we're happy to.
We can choose one from one college.
No pressure on you guys.
Yes, we can start with Casey. Anyone can speak.
Yes, Ois. Yeah.
So, who is here? So, first of all, I am
Introduce yourself.
who is Sayyid here. I am a TY student from KC, third year. So, the one key thing that I could see is that it is a lot of community building and helping the community overall to uplift in a sense, which I felt is quite a lot similar, and I could form parallels in what we do as well, but in a very grand scheme, which I loved. So I definitely want to do something on that grand level, seeing as how we work in villages, we work in the adopted village of KC College, that is Safale. We have adopted 5 padas there. Padas are like communities, small communities of different surnames, you could say. So we work with those, but that's on a smaller scale. Whereas the GDF is quite huge. So I had just one question in a sense. When you create these ambassadors, right? The student ambassadors that then move on to create their own work. So how do they coordinate with you all? Do you have certain organization in each country, or how does that coordination work between the ambassadors?
I'll answer this. Here we are all doing excellent work, but we're all working in silos. We have so many colleges with so many students, but everybody is doing wonderful work in their own way. But there should be one organization that connects everyone, and we all move together as a big force. Collaboration is the key. So this is what we are looking forward to in Global Dialogue Foundation, and I was discussing with Mike and Landy also, because they are also a force to reckon with. They're part of Global Dialogue Foundation, but they have a world of their own where they've traveled to more than 50 different countries, and they are global travelers like the bees pollinate different plants. So this is what they are doing all along. So if we work in collaboration, we can be a very big force. Like you mentioned, you're a force to reckon with. You said, do we have any organization, any strategic way of working together? Global Dialogue Foundation is the head body, and we have representatives in each and every country. Like in India, I'm the key person you could connect with. So if you want to move ahead and you want to do something with Global Dialogue Foundation, you get directly in touch with me. I'll share my mobile number with all the students, whoever wants to take this forward. It's 98202 12290. Normally people don't share their mobile numbers, but I'm very happy to communicate with any student who wants to step up and do well in life. So I will connect you directly with Betsy, Mike, or Landy. Please don't scream at me if suddenly you get a call. I'm an incorrigible connector.
So we can begin.
I like to connect people. So you catch hold of me if you want to grow.
Sure.
Okay. So we begin with BTTC as the first college. Great round of applause. We shall play the video and then invite Dr. Balani to speak.
Got it? Clear? Yes? and we enjoy with you. And I really enjoyed that class. I know many words, many adjectives, and some new kind of sentences. And I like to my family, and I have also written essays on my family and speak with someone. So. Thank you.
We now invite Dr. Balani to speak a few words about his journey with the Ambassador Program and the wonderful students that he has had under his wing as the ambassadors.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, please come here.
Before I speak, I would like to invite Sania to share her impressions about the work that has been done, not only the NGO for which we have been working. Likewise, there are many more groups we are working, but I would request her to share her impressions about the BTDC campus first.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, everyone, and this is a very big opportunity, not only for me, but I think for all of us who are present here today. And I must say that I am a very proud and a very privileged student of Bombay Teachers Training College, and especially because of the platform that it offers each and every one of us present here. When we spoke about, if I would begin with speaking about the community service work, I have my fellow mates who are sitting right there. We were around 12 groups. This is just one group, but we were around 12 groups who catered to different set of people. So my group, we went on to support this particular NGO, which is the Udan India Foundation. And this NGO caters to underprivileged children. Also, we went around for a month, and also we had our fellow classmates as well who went for the other 2 months as well. So what we did there was they had the English speaking course, and as I just mentioned, they come from underprivileged backgrounds. They were not quite equipped with English as a language. So these were students from 10th grades and even from grade 12th who were looking forward to move ahead in their careers, get into good colleges, and get recognized into better colleges. So what we did was during this entire phase of the English-speaking program, we as teachers trained them to present themselves to colleges that they would go to. So they had an interview round, so we helped them into listening, speaking, and writing skills. We also taught them a bit of table manners, how they would want to present themselves to people. We also did give them affirmations to try and build that self-confidence within them. Also, this particular NGO had this kind of an exchange program wherein they would have people from France and US and UK who would come and contribute to the NGO as well. So they would have to speak about their conditions and about how they've been working with the NGO to those people over there. So I remember a few of my colleagues, I would rather say, also helped train these kids to present themselves to these international speakers. And I think few of them were also selected in putting their plea ahead. So the entire experience was mind-blowing. By the end of it, we felt quite established. The inner self within us felt that, this was something that we always wanted to do, something that we desire truly from ourselves. Even now, when we talk about BTTC, we are right now looking at something known as the C-learning. I'm not sure if all of us know, but C-learning is known as the social, emotional, and ethical form of learning. So we're kind of trying to expand our horizon as to how we should be inculcating a sense of social, emotional, and ethical learning through our teaching. So making a classroom a better space, not only for the teachers, but also for the students, catering first to touch upon their hearts, and through the heart is where we could touch upon the various aspects of a student. So the C-learning emphasizes mostly on a holistic form of learning, wherein you don't actually look at a child's caliber or you don't look at who is better than whom, but you rather see what they desire from their heart, is where you actually start building the values of love, the values of trust, the values of togetherness, is where you'll help them then go ahead in life for wherever they can go. So we recently also had a C conference, which was again conducted in our own college as a part of our college fest. So we're trying to actually connect to people across wherever we can. And thanks to Maya ma'am for giving us this opportunity in the GDF to go global and spread our desires to the world. So thank you so much.
The actually credit goes to two persons for creating a right kind of environment at Bombay Teachers Training College. We call BTTC as a BTTC family. One is our late former principal, Mintu Sinha. She has left a legacy for all of us. Dr. Manisha Tyagi witnessed. We have been trained by her, and during her tenure, we started our best practice as cultural kaleidoscope. Now, cultural kaleidoscopes teaches based on the best values one can have as a teacher. So we have carried forward this legacy, and I remember in 2018 when I took over as a principal of the college, ma'am, you were invited and you participated, and you appreciated that program that we did.
That was Northeast, the Seven Sisters and One Brother.
Yeah.
So memorable.
Which was mentored by Dr. Rajiv Jha and Dr. Manisha Tyagi. They are the pioneers of starting this best practices at Bombay Teachers Training College. So we have continued the legacy of passing on the values and cultures, multiculturalism, and this is also one of the values that we cherish at Bombay Teachers Training College. In continuation of that, after that, you have been a mentor. Maya ma'am has been a mentor to BTTC family. She has been there on our IQSC from day one, I think from 2004 onwards. And she motivated entire BTTC family to be a part of this GDF program. So BTTC, till that BTTC was limited to the four walls. Nobody was knowing what exactly BTTC is doing. But the credit for taking the BTTC to the global level goes to Maya ma'am. Ma'am, thank you for guiding and mentoring us. And now, what we have done, we have passed on this legacy to the students. All the students are present today from Bombay Teachers Training College, and they are highly motivated. And I think a couple of students, this wanted permission. Sir, our name is not there in the list, but can we participate? I said, why not? Please be there with us. Yeah, so I think this shows the spirit. So I want to add over here, we have got total 10 students today. Four students are there from the previous batch and 6 students are there from the current batch. But apart from that, every member, every student at Bombay Teachers Training College is equally motivated, and I believe contributes in its own way as far as their obligation towards the society are concerned. So, and I believe that we are all grassroots level workers. And BTDC wants to connect with each and every stakeholder of the society, and the kind of legacy that we have got it from GDF and UID, we are committed to take it forward. Thank you, ma'am.
We will now call upon Dr. Asha Bhatt from the MMK College, ma'am, and the student Santosh Gupta to speak after. Ma'am, please. You want him to start first?
Yes, anyhow. Yeah, good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Miss Asha Bhatt, not doctor. So,
It was a nice experience, and it started in COVID. So all of us with online, we used to see each other, and even my students did a lot of work, how much they could, and then we continued offline also. So thank you everyone, Maya ma'am and plus the team for giving us this opportunity to help the society. And again, as it was, principle was new and everything was new, and the COVID came all of a sudden. So it came on my head, the responsibility to take up this GDF. First I said, no, it becomes very difficult and we don't know anyone, like even students were new and it was faceless, but still they did a lot of good work. And thank you, ma'am.
First of all, very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Santosh Gupta and I'm from MNT College, pursuing the TY BMS degree. So talking about my GDF journey, so obviously it started in the month of February, obviously on the Valentine's Day, where we had given an objective to make a video particularly related to the social work which we are basically going to do. So obviously we had made a video related to, we had basically taken an interview of the Subramaniam sir, where he had given an excellent knowledge about lots of the thing, and we had did the beach cleaning work at the Dada beach, which was obviously very important because somewhere down the line cleanliness is basically next to godliness, so that we should actually realize it. So from this day our journey started, and the main objective which MMK College basically focuses on, first is the financial literacy. Obviously that is one of the most important part which each one needs to remember. Everyone knows the financial literacy meaning, as in everyone knows what is stock market, what is debt market, but no one knows how to invest in that particular thing and how to grow their money for a longer period of time, as in how to basically get the returns from the market or from the normal investment avenues. Like I can give you the example related as SEBI data, which was released in the month of January, where SEBI had said that out of the 100% trader who are doing the trading in the option trading, so basically 90% of them are losing the money. So from that report, I realized that actually it is very important for each one of us to get the knowledge about the financial literacy. So our colleges focus on that particular thing first. And the second most important part was on the water conservation. I think we had basically done a program related to water conservation and tree plantation. So if I talk about our financial literacy journey, so it was started in the month of March, where we had did a financial literacy rally from our college to the Bandra station, where we had performed a kid on the Bandra station regarding the financial literacy. So it was a wonderful program. If I talk about our financial literacy program, our main objective was to give the knowledge to the class 3 and class 4 employees, because that is very much important. So we had did a seminar for almost 2 to 3 days explaining them about the basic of the financial avenues, how they can actually earn a good amount of money. Each one knows how to earn a money, but from the long-term perspective, if I'm going to say, lots of them are actually losing the money. So we had explained them regarding the mutual funds, what are the basic of mutual funds, how they can invest in the mutual fund, what are the different types of brokers available with the help of which they can invest for a longer period of time, and as in what is the meaning of index investing, and what is the meaning of the normal investing which we are doing for a longer period of time. So these are basically some of the objectives which we had done. And talking from the tree plantation perspective, so I still not remember the date, but we had done a tree plantation on the Carter Road, which was supported by the Bamla Foundation, one of the leading NGO in India. And so yeah, these are basically some of the things we had did. And yeah, so that's it.
Mainly two groups. One did water conservation project, the other one financial literacy.
See, some of you may wonder, what does environment or financial literacy do with Global Dialogue Foundation? But everything is so interconnected, we have to find a common denominator that binds people together. No matter which community you come from, the environment affects all of us. financial literacy is a bridge between the haves and have-nots. So any activity that we do that brings people together is part of Global Dialogue Foundation.
We now move on with a video from the HR college and then invite Dr. Pooja Ramchandani and the student Anishka Nagpal to share.
So would any other student like to say anything in the meantime? Any bright spark? Any thoughts or suggestions? How can we move ahead? What has inspired you so far?
I'm double click.
Namaste. I'm Dr. Pooja.
Share.
Namaste. I'm Dr. Pooja Ramchandani, HR College Principal. I'm here to share my review about the GDF chapter that we started in HR College last year. Approximate 8 to 9 students went to the school, that is GDF school, and took under the leadership of Anishka Nagpal, who is our youth ambassador, and what they did there was wonderful and exciting. 6 months of interaction with 8 and 9 students of that school, where they were looking at interaction, personality development sessions, English sessions, pronunciation sessions, different activities, fun activities, serious activities. And today, when I see my children coming back, the ambassadors coming back from GDF program, I actually see them a changed personality. Today, they know that there is a side of honor of the society which has something which is missing in that particular country. Today, I can see in them that sensitivity, that feeling that yes, we can do a change. And today, when I see my children coming back, I have seen them as change makers. And I have seen them as taking responsibility to go back to the society once they go out of the college to do something for the society. And I'm glad that GDF gave us.
Good evening, one and all. We got connected to GDF last year when there was a 14th Feb Valentine Day celebration, and we were given, as ma'am was saying, that we all have come as Hindis from Pakistan, so we were given an opportunity to depict Pakistan and Sindh basically. And from there, our journey of HR College started, where online meetings were done. And this year, when the meeting was done and said, what do we do? So we were looking at doing a seed ball initiative. We had spoken, or a tea plantation, or go to some NGO. There was also a talk that we will do a mega show in KC Auditorium and put in all cultures together. But we said that let's be different. And an opportunity came from our own HSNC board, where we have 2 schools, the VBM and MSPT, where when the journey started and the children were spoken about GDF, approximate, to our surprise, 40 to 50 joined the group immediately. And some came in the journey, some left the journey. But I am glad that 15 students could stick to this program for 6 months, going to a school which is underprivileged students, running from hand to mouth, and do not have that exposure. I believe all of the students who are sitting here have got education into good schools and colleges and have good support from their families, and they could do wonders in their life and have achieved and are sitting with all of us. But there is a section of society in smaller schools which are underprivileged do not get these opportunities. And when an opportunity came, Anishka and her group took opportunity to go to that school, spent every Saturday. They had their own assignments, they had their own exams, they had their own commitments, but I could see those children going there every Saturday, spending time with two standards, approximate 300 plus students. Now they have become their elder sisters or brothers and are spending time. They were to put up a show also. I think I will leave it to Anishka now to share her experiences. But as I said in a video, that when I see today's generation, I sometimes get worried. The kind of life that they're living in, the kind of musical parties they want to enjoy, they want to get into WhatsApps, Netflixes. There is a side of that student or that generation which is still, I would say, when I talk about Indians, they are still Indian. They have that emotion in them. They want to do something for society. Yes, they want to have party and fun, but there is an emotional side to it where I can proudly say that whenever children get onto that side, they create magic. And I think I can proudly say as principal of this college that my children who have been to this school, the trustee, the one of our board member who has been working with them, she herself has been speaking to us and said, can we do this, even if you don't do this next year, but please continue, let your children come in and sit with them and get that confidence in that children. So I think that side of student has inspired, and I am very proud of that magic that these kids have gone and created there. So over to Anish. It was she who used to work on WhatsApp groups, make sure that everybody has gone in here. They are going through their exams. Many of them have come from Vivas or will be going and running for Vivas. But she has made sure that students have been together. And I can proudly say that yes, when they went to that school, they have made a difference. So over to Anishka, our youth ambassador.
Thank you, ma'am. So the first thing I'd like to start off with is there was this poem that we learnt in the 10th grade. I don't know if anyone's read it here, but it's by Rabindranath Tagore, Where the Mind is Without Fear. It's about the freedom struggle. And honestly, it's a very well-written poem, but it had no semblance to my life at that point. Because the freedom struggle was long over and we were living very comfortable lives. And today, when I look at the world, I realize it's not at all over. And there may be independence, but we're not free. They're two different things. So when I like this one quote that still stays back from me with that stays back with me from that poem is, where knowledge is free and the world is not broken into narrow domestic walls. Now, the one thing that I saw when I went to see these kids is their world is totally different from ours. I come from a place where education is a basic necessity. Like, who doesn't go to school? Who doesn't get graduated? I mean, I know that there is a reality that exists where poverty is there, but it's a far off reality, not one that I had witnessed. And when I went there, I saw a world totally different. It was full of pain and suffering, but the one thing that was there, which none of us have, is hope, resilience, and those kids taught me so much more than I taught them about how to walk through the storm of life without having any sort of pain. They always had a smile on their face and things like that. About what we did with them, we took up a personality development course with them. How to speak, how to come up and talk. The way I'm talking here today in front of a group of people, I am proud to say that at least some of the kids can do that today out there. Kids that come from challenging backgrounds. Kids that didn't know how to speak English, that didn't know the difference between articles, prepositions, and things like that. We've taken up readers, books, done practical activities and things like that. And honestly, none of it could be possible without my team and every single one of them sitting here. As ma'am said, I might have done the coordination, but the work was done equally by each and every student who has taken up that effort and given their time, irrespective of their tight schedules, to come up here, teach students. And the one thing that I want to tell everyone is that we all get internships, we all build our resumes, but rather than just building your resume, try to build skills. And that's what GDF gave me, that it gave me a platform where I can be more than just the person that I was before. I can be more than what I thought the world was and the boundaries that I had set for myself. So thank you for this great opportunity.
If HR students can stand up and we can see who these young brand ambassadors were for HR college. There are more who have not been able to come today, but I think thank you.
Casey. We now move on to the Casey College. Thank you very much, Dr. Pooja and Anishka. Anishka. Miss Neeta Dan. Yes. And the student Obez Sayed. Yes, I will be playing. It's announced. So we'll play the video first.
He has really shown maturity in many things that he does because of the kind of exposure that he gets thanks to his community service. So I think it has been really helpful to his whole personality as a whole, and for which I am very grateful to Casey.
The achievement that I see, my daughter, she's gone to National Republic Parade, National Parade. My son has gone to State Level Republic Day Parade. So it makes us feel so proud, and I'm so happy. Thanks to KC College and the social services team that they have made my children much better citizens.
A very good afternoon to all the dignitaries. and dear students, as you saw in the video, I take pride today standing here and talking about their achievements and the work they have done. It was basically, we tried to touch every aspect of human life, whatever we could do. Right from going to villages, we have adopted a village. And in the village life, we have done right from the grassroots level. They produce the crops and all, but they don't know how to go about selling it. These students, they went about helping them in selling their stuff. The spices, these people, they brought raw materials for them, packaging and selling out the village product, the organic product in the Mumbai markets. Then those children in the rural area, there's no proper sanitation arrangements, there are no toilets, so no workers were there. My students did that job. And we made 52 toilets for the villagers there. Side. Now, this is a regular ongoing, as you may have seen the word ongoing activity. Visiting the old age homes is a monthly process. Every month we go there, especially with the kids, orphanage, same thing we go, especially for the festivals. We make it a point, we had an event, Holly Jolly Christmas, before Diwali, Eid or Christmas, we visit the old age homes as well as the orphanages. Those are regular things. Apart from that, the most important thing is bringing this awareness. And let me tell you, Maya ma'am, one thing, the main purpose of GDF, for me, I can say it worked in my college only. These kids, let me tell you, they are not friends. They are not from one class or one group. They all are from different groups. And there, your unity factor has worked. So it began, they all are from different courses. And I, being their mentor, I take pride in that. I'm successful in doing this, bringing them together. So the GDF purpose has started in our college. So first season, I should say, in the present scenario, we call it season 1. And we were fortunate to get India, and we had put up a show on Indian culture through music and dance. This was something, I'm very happy for this, this particular theme, what we took, social service. This was something too good, It not only, they got inculcated in them that giving, when a person is giving to the society, not only the receiver is getting the benefit, but these kids, they get the feeling, satisfaction. They turn out to be themselves as philanthropists. And this is something where we feel happy they have achieved something. And it takes a good human being. They're sowing the seeds inside them and spreading that awareness. Thank you so much.
So proud of all you children. This is really a memorable day for me. I'm almost in tears. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ma'am, that is the team, Casey.
Yes.
Please stand up. They have worked mostly on the urban areas. Then,
so Betsy sir and everybody can see you because the camera is there.
Okay. They have worked on the urban area mostly. Then the third person who's standing there, Rayo. Rayo has worked on the cultural segment, preparing all the shows and what we do outside. Then next person is again on social service, visiting orphanage and the old age homes. This girl she has brought everybody together and she collaborates the entire program. And the last two ones are my heroes for the rural section. Most of the part done in the rural section are handled by him. And he's the tech leader and our ambassador of KC College.
So I'd like to say, I'll keep it short. So as you saw the video, it was just glimpses of a lot of events that happened. But the thing is, in classrooms where we study, we do not get a lot of connection with the outside world, with the real world, I'd say. And that was the key factor of how I started in community service, you'd say. My first event being a beach cleanup drive at Chowpatty. And I don't know if this is true for others or not, but seeing your efforts bring out change, seeing or creating an awareness that no, you should not litter on the beaches. That itself created a mindset in me and those that participated with me. And that was the beginning. And since then, I've had over 500 hours in social service. So we calculated to with hours, right? And I still feel there's more. There's a lot more that is to be done, and I want to do it. I remember Dr. Hemlata Bagla, the Vice Chancellor, when she was the principal, she came to Safale for an e-classroom inauguration. So in Ghatam, we have a school there wherein we provided the internet, the computers, all the facilities available for them to learn in a lockdown, to learn online. So she was there and she said these words, and I quote her. KC College, KC College's motto is salvation through knowledge. But there are different ways to attain salvation. Salvation can be achieved through service. And that has stuck with me till date. And I continually do various events, various activities with. So I'm a TY student. These are my juniors, SYs. I continue doing events with these guys, seeing them in the first event that they did, that I did with them, and then seeing them turn out to be leaders themselves, going on whether it be National Republic Day Parade, State Republic Day Parade, creating their own events, flagship events, helping the community all together. And there is one thing which we missed out in the video. That is, these events are classified into 4 categories, right? College level, university level for the HSNC university. And there is ABP 1 and ABP 2. That is area based 1 and area based 2. Area based 1 is everything in Mumbai, everything around our college. These include beach cleanups that we do here. Ganpati Visarjan, we provide people there. We conduct events, we conduct charitable drives as well. Whereas ABP2 is for our Safale village, the near and dear people that we truly cherish. And the connection that we have formed throughout all these events, throughout all these avenues, is truly something that अगर एक बार वापस करने मिले ना, I'd do the same thing again. Wow. That's it.
And we assure you, Team GDF, we are there. Whatever task is there, we are there always. Thanks.
Don't you feel you're happiest when you're giving? I see a remarkable change in all of you.
And in fact, the joy of giving is such that you receive the happiness even before you give the giver. You know, the giver is the first one, because the very thought that I am being graced or being able and being capable to have the hand up there is the first thought of happiness that comes to us. The receiver receives happiness only after you give it. So the onset of happiness is emerging from the giver itself. And in the spiritual aspect, there is no giver without a receiver. Imagine yourself taking food packets on the roads of Mumbai and then not finding a single beggar. The first thought will not come, oh, I'm so happy there are no beggars on the road. The first thought will, oh my God, what will I do with these 20 packets of food? Right? So the essence of giving brings the joy first to the giver, and the receiver's pedestal is far more higher, that we are graced to have that giving hand to this person. and God in all forms is the giver and the receiver. So the joy of giving, which was the predominant theme for the entire service and activities for the second batch, is turned out to be really magical and phenomenal. And to see these smiling, sparkling, shining faces out here is so overwhelming.
Just to add what Roshni is saying is, we always believe in a law which says when you give, you get in multiplication. So when you give love, you get in multiplication. When you give help, it comes in multiplication. When you do something for somebody, the universe sends you a lot of people in multiplication. So actually when you give, you are creating a step towards receiving in multiplication. So that's also one thing that we believe. And I think these children have created their own doors of receiving in multiple opportunities. It could be in your jobs, it could be in your families, it could be happiness on your own faces. I think you have just taken that first step.
That's very true. And now we move on to the last college for the day before we move on to the big thing. Dr. Sunil Lalchandani and the student Anvita Mansani. Please be there. We'll play the video for the college.
Can I request students to please have some snacks that we have ordered for all of you? Trying to bring smiles on your faces. Please have. Please have.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Sorry.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Bharti Mirchandani from Srimati CHM College, Ulhasnagar. I'm teaching Anvita Mansani in the class of second year Bachelor of Management Studies. I was very happy to learn that Anvita, along with the other students, have undertaken an internship-based project under the aegis of Global Dialogue Foundation. I have also seen massive changes in Anvita after completing this internship. I have seen her becoming much more responsible, much more mature, and becoming much more mature and much more empathetic. I believe that this project has sensitized her towards the community development. I have also observed that she has been able to lead the groups in various other projects, and also have found that she often makes a point to complete the task much more before the deadlines. So I wish Anvita a very good luck for her future endeavor, and I also congratulate Anvita and the entire team for successfully completing Unity in Diversity internship program. Also, my best wishes to the entire GDF team for being the catalyst to change in the lives of millions. Thank you.
Vita Mansani. Hello everyone, myself Sakshi Gaware. Hello everyone, myself Kashish Tiwari. Hello everyone, myself Diksha Dhariwal. Hello everyone, myself Aman. We were the part of GDF's Unity in Diversity internship program. So we decided why not to empower the society with our financial skills and knowledge. As financial literacy refers to the knowledge and skills of finance that we use to make informed decisions about finance. Through this internship, we have trained around 900 people in this community to start a new bank account and use digital wallets like GPay, Paytm, and empower them about financial. We also went to a women NGO named Bhakti Foundation. There we have empowered them, we have informed them about the financial literacy, about mutual funds, savings, investments, etc.
Through this internship, we have learned to better ourselves. We had learned a lot through these initiatives. We took the initiative of community service projects in various areas.
This made us all satisfactory and felt we did something good and better for the society. To all the other students of the GDFs, I just want to say something for them that please be the part of the GDF. It was lovely, it was very adventurous, and it was very informative to be the part of GDF. So thank you so much CHM College, our respected Principal Manju Lanwani ma'am, our HOD Sunil sir, and all the GDF members. Thank you so much Global Dialogue Foundation for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Roshni, your line is muted and we can't hear.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me take an opportunity to share the journey of CHM UID ambassadors along with GDF. Well, before actually talking about the journey, I should express the sincere gratitude towards the GDF and in particular to Maya Madam for getting us connected with the Global Dialogue Foundation. My students are not here as they are writing their exams. Even today wrote their exam from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. so they could not make it here. However, they have expressed again a sincere gratitude to the entire Global Dialogue Foundation team. Well, when I talk about the journey of UID ambassadors from CHM College, it reminds me of the quote given by Sir Benjamin Franklin. Sir Benjamin Franklin has quoted, "Tell me and I forget, teach me I may remember, but involve me I learn." This is the value that we have always been practicing at CHM College. CHM College is very much known for its social outreach programs that we carry out at a national level as well. Even the national accreditation body named as NAC has very well appreciated our efforts in form of best practices that we come out every year with certain social outreach programs. So when we connected with Global Dialogue Foundation, it was an additional opportunity for doing something more for the society than what we could. Well, there were a series of discussions that we had with our students, like what kind of project we should go about. One fine day, I was taking up a finance lecture with my students, and I was teaching them that in India, though we have the literacy rate that is going up, but financial literacy still is very low. It's 24% as per the government records. So I was teaching them about the national mission for financial inclusion, an initiative started by the government of India to empower the people with regards to the financial skills. So after completion of my lecture, the next day, all these lectures were going on online. We had no face-to-face discussion. So the next day, before we could start with the session, these GDF UID ambassadors, they just had a question, sir, that can we carry out some project in which we could empower the people with some kind of financial literacy? So we had so many discussions on this part, and finally we narrowed down to how we could actually begin. Then again, let me take you back to my from where I am. It's Ulhasnagar. Ulhasnagar is one of the area, it's one of the region that came into existence only after independence. Now this Ulhasnagar area was used by the military people during the World War II. There are so many barracks even today which were allotted to the refugees who came from Pakistan, Sindh, to Ulhasnagar through Arabian Sea, and they got settled down in these barracks which were allotted to them by the government. So our students, they know the culture of these barracks. No doubt nowadays huge apartments have come up, but our base is all those barracks where we started our lives. So our students said, sir, that we would be going to each and every barrack. We would try to find out the level of literacy over there, financial literacy over there, and accordingly we will carry out the project. So around 1.5 months, they took the time just to find out that in which areas they can actually go and work out to spread the financial literacy. What they found through that informal research was that there was a need to imbibe certain skills within these human beings, within these people, as they were not yet aware about the banking products. They were not aware about the banking services. They were very much new to the concept of digital payments, what we have been using it in our everyday life. So these students, they again narrowed down the idea that we will be forming a group of 2 members each, and accordingly we will be going to the different regions, and in a period of 3 to 4 months we will train as many people as we can. So they visited many NGOs also, where they could conduct the workshops on the need of banks, on the need of having a bank account. That's a part of financial inclusion actually. So they taught them about the financial literacy in terms of bank accounts, digital payment system, like as we have been using today, mobile phones and smartphones for making digital payments through digital wallets like Google Pay or maybe Phone Pay or Paytm. So all these things were you can say imparted to these people in the various training workshops. So some training programs were also carried individually, as we could not accumulate the people at one place. So students were going from one place to another, from one barrack to another, then they could meet the people in those barracks, they could convey their messages to the housewives, to the maid servants, they could also speak to what you can say the hawkers on the streets, they could speak to the vendors, the fruit sellers on the street, and accordingly they gave them the literacy, they gave them the skills with regards to the finance. So this was all our project. In a time span of around 3.5 months, we could conduct many workshops wherein we have trained 900 participants. So in the beginning, when we were scaling down like how to go about it, we were very much confused, but we never thought about that this project will be of huge magnitude, where we can definitely would be impacting the life of 900 residents from Ulhasnagar and the adjoining areas. So all thanks to the Global Dialogue Foundation, all the members of GDF, HSNC board, and again in particular to Maya ma'am for getting us connected with Global Dialogue Foundation. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much to all the principals and our wonderful youth ambassadors who represented their teams who are present over here. We now move on and go towards the finale, the much awaited time that all the students are so beamingly smiling about. And before we begin the certification distribution, we would like to invite our special guest of honors and chief guests, Mike Hancock and Landy, who are not just, as Maya ma'am said, and life partners. And this year has been a wonderful year of their life partnership being solemnized. So congratulations for that. I'll say back, yeah, your second home ground. Yes, so please welcome.
Okay, everybody smile and wave for their photo, please. 1, 2, 3, smile and wave. And again. Perfect, thank you. It was a long, long time ago that a Macedonian called Alexander the Great conquered the known world. And 2,300 years later, it was another Macedonian, Dr. Vasco Nadovsky, who seeded the idea for the Global Dialogue Foundation. But an idea is nothing but an idea. So in, I think, September 2007, I was running an event in Western Australia in Perth, where I had the chance to meet Betsy Georgievsky for the first time. And it was fascinating for me because also at that event, another foundation was seeded. That foundation is called Buy One, Give One. Today, Buy One, Give One has completed over 250 million gifts of giving around the world, which is phenomenal. That's transactional. Betsy took Vasco's idea for a global dialogue foundation which is the solid roots of everything. No tree can grow without solid foundations. And he told me what he wanted to do. And since that time, he's poured his heart, his soul, his money, his family time. And I want to acknowledge Evdoxia, his wife, and his beautiful children as well for their effort in supporting the dream of GDF into what you see in front of you now. Millions of relationships around the world. And if we look at every problem that we've got on this planet, whether it be the war in Ukraine or poverty or strikes or people rising up, every single one of those can be solved by dialogue, communication. Your own family, arguments you have with your partner, your children, your friends, can be solved by communicating with dialogue. And Petsy's idea has never changed, and that is to create civil society where we can have dialogue between cultures and religions, not to isolate our differences, but to celebrate our uniqueness and to make the world a better place for all of us. So, Petsy, I want to acknowledge you, my friend, for that. Well done. Really. Look around the room, look at the stories we've seen. This is a magnificent venture that we're all on, and it doesn't stop now for any of you. And of course, with that, I had to introduce Petsy to somebody who probably should win the Nobel Peace Prize, Maya Shahani.
Oh.
In fact, I've written down that I'm going to nominate her. So I don't know how to do that, but we'll work that out later.
It'll happen, don't worry.
Easy.
And what you've seen is the heart and soul of somebody who was born into nothing and created everything. Everything not only for herself and her own family, but I don't think there'd be a person here in this room that wouldn't be where they are without Maya Shahani, myself included. But then there are other wonderful people as well as the program starts to come on board. The principals, the key students, everybody here who's involved in the program, and particularly I want to acknowledge the mentors. Dave Rogers, my business partner for 10 years. And I know Dave just loves this. Roshni, oh, what a magnificent being to take anybody with a spiritual belief forward in India and to celebrate their uniqueness as well and their well-being. And Ilya, who I also know very well. These people are the people that are change makers on the planet. And you too, everybody here or everybody watching this video at a later stage, can participate in being a change maker on the planet as well. So with that, I want to pass over to my wife, my partner, and the person who makes me a better person, Lundy Jack.
Go both. I want to first start by really acknowledging and congratulating every single participant in this beautiful beehive that's been created, from those who inspired the Global Dialogue Foundation to those who sits on a daily basis and contribute to it effortlessly. And I think most importantly here today, the principals and especially the students who actually stepped up and said, you know what, we're going to be the change in the world. We're going to make a difference and we're going to show the courage to do that. So I want to talk to you briefly about the journey that's ahead of you. And that is the journey from being a citizen of India to becoming to what we see ourselves to be today, which is global citizens. And that is a very, very exciting journey. It has lots of joy in it, it has lots of journeys in it, but it also comes with its challenges. So when you sign up to go onto the journey of becoming a global citizen, you are basically saying that I am willing for the world to teach me. I'm taking the world on as my master, and in that journey on taking the world on as your master, you're going to get into some crazy, uncomfortable conversations. You're going to sit and look at other people sometimes and go, wow, that's really weird. You know, this is a strange custom. I didn't know this is the way it worked. But in this process, as you go onto this global journey and you stretch yourself further and further, you're going to learn something very, very valuable. And that is, you're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn what stretches me, what triggers me, what makes me happy, what makes me sad, what type of things do I agree with, what type of things do I not agree with. And it is a crazy, crazy journey, but it's an exciting journey. So I'm talking to you about what it feels like to go from India to the world and what it feels like to be a global citizen. But I have to tell you, I'm African. My heart beats for Africa, and I was born an African. When we travel, people say to me, you cannot be African, you're not black, right? So and I say to them, it's not really how it works. And so in me going into the world, I've realized more and more how strong I feel about my continent. And I've realized more and more how much my culture means to me. You know, a lot of people who look at me and go, you're Dutch. I'll go, I'm not Dutch. You know, it's misperceptions and misconceptions that arise. But global dialogue for me and Mike is taking who you are and learning where you're from and taking that proudly into the world. The world needs to learn about your experience of life, about your culture, about where you come from, about what your grandmother and grandfather taught you, about what happened in the privacy of your home. And if you have the courage to take that and step up as an ambassador and share that with the world, then you actually get to the point where you're really growing from a seed into a massive, massive tree. So we are incredibly proud of you. You are actually now entering the first part of the journey of becoming that global citizen, but never, ever forgetting your roots. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that inspiring words shared by Mike and Landy. We would also like to honor and thank our wonderful guest out there. Mike, would you like to give a little introduction so that everybody knows Stuart as well?
Do you want me to give instructions then?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Maybe look at the front, okay?
Yes, please, sir.
So I wrote some things there, so I'm going to say it. First of all, this is actually, I've lived in Asia for 22 years. It's my first time ever to India. So you can imagine my impression of India now is wonderful. There's so much hope. So I think one of the things that I've really taken on today is, first of all, I'd like to thank all the teachers and the mentors for the incredible work, but probably more importantly, the ambassadors now who are doing all the work in the past, in the present, and probably more importantly, in the future, going forward. That's the most important thing. Now, there are three areas that I'm going to explain that interest me more, and they're all connected. One is the future of education, one is the future of work, and the last one is the future of the human race. And all three are interlinked. They all come together. So I've heard quite a lot about the importance of unity and diversity, but I think the best element of unity comes from true diversity. Diversity on a global scale. That's true diversity. And I think, you know, if you can reach out to other people in different countries, different cultures, that's so also very powerful and enriching for you. And it gives me hope to see people like you and hear what you're saying. because that's really fantastic, because you will be the future. And the future of the human race has to thrive, not survive, has to thrive. So how do we thrive? Now, one of the things also that concerns me, or interests me, should I say, is AI. So we all get excited about AI, and this is going to change our lives, it's going to be so cool, we can do all these things, and it's happening. There's also a flip side to all these things, okay? And I have a way to talk about this in my own mindset. So we have artificial intelligence, which is going to become more and more developed. It will also train itself, it's going to get smarter and smarter. We're not at the stage yet where it's going to take over from humans. It's a long way to go. But the acceleration speed is getting faster and faster. So we have artificial intelligence. And then we have acquired intelligence. What can we acquire as humans that's uniquely our intelligence? Now, Jack Ma made a great statement once. Jack Ma, the guy who set up Tencent, he said, robots don't have hearts. Humans do. So all the things I hear today, the things you're doing, is coming from the heart. And the heart and the head and the action we take be the things that differentiate us in the future and help us thrive. So my message to you would be, first of all, thank you for the wonderful things you're doing. Keep doing them and keep doing more of them. Because the human race has to thrive to survive. Thank you.
So now we come to the main event for which we have gathered here today. What's your name? You've been beaming with the smile all the time. Please stand up. She's all through the event, has this wonderful smile. Whatever has been happening, I've just been seeing her with this shining smile over her face. What's your name?
I'm Megha Singh.
From?
KC College.
KC College. Smile creates a lot of magic. Okay, so we begin with the certificate distribution and honoring. And for each of the colleges, we'll have each of our guests coming up front to present the certificates. All the students will be receiving the successful participation and completion certificates. And the 5 students, one from each of the college, as decided unanimous by each institution, will be receiving the Youth Ambassador. Now, just the difference in the certificate does not take away anybody's hard work, which we want to tell you. It is just that, even if in life you are one step ahead, you still are in the able position to help everybody who is behind you from that one step. And these 5 are only those people, again, not taking away from anyone else's efforts, who have taken the lead or taken the step forward to hold hands. When in school time we used to go for hikes, everybody, our hiking teacher used to stick together, stick together, stick together, and we would hold hands walking up. We are going up the same mountain towards the same summit, but some are at the top, some are walking in the middle, and some are walking behind. Yet everyone is moving towards the same destination. And that's what each of you are doing. And it's been overwhelming and extremely emotional to see the amazing work that you all have done. And once again, thank you, Maya ma'am, for, seeding this beautiful journey of involving all the wonderful colleges, and thank you, principals. We now begin with Maya ma'am to first come on upstage.
I think Dr. Balani and Pooja also.
No, so we are asking one of you to give one college as a set. So you give out to the BTTC, then we'll call Mike to give out to the next college. So everybody has the opportunity to honor each of the colleges.
I think students would be happy if we were all together giving away. I don't know, this is how it works generally.
So what, let the guests also be.
Sure,
be here.
please.
Then we'll love to have photograph all together.
Yes,
Because
that
we need to
later we
have-
could have a group photograph, but I just thought that, okay.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
that can
more focused when
Because
we
actually,
get
the
this
protocol
coming.
in our colleges is
Yeah, okay.
guests also come and they
Sure,
give
sure, sure.
certificates. And
Sure.
we're all together, and
Sure.
you should also stand
No, no,
up.
sure.
Because you're also a
Please,
moderator.
no, no.
We also have
the ceremony.
Yes, Pooja. Mike and Landy can be in the middle.
Yeah.
Stuart, come. Please. Could you take my phone? Come. Mike and Landy be in the middle. Yes.
Actually, they are okay.
Next to me.
Somebody will be closer. Okay. So first we have the girl who's walked out there. So, all right. Now, we first begin with the BTTC, the college that has taken the lead in the entire program, and Dr. Balani, who has just tirelessly been there for us, for the program, and for each of the students, and not just his own students, but everyone else from all the colleges and all the principals and all the coordinators dominated at Dr. Balani, and then the smooth sailing of the entire program could happen only because of him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There's no certificate right now for him, but we should have. Yes, we should. So we begin with the first student, Sania Susan D'Souza, also the youth ambassador chosen by BTTC. So a big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Maybe Spain.
Big round of applause, everyone.
Congratulations.
Then we have Amatullah Bagaswarwala. Good to see you again. Well done. Landy. Oh. Samreen Khan. Go from that side, go from that side.
Yeah, this side.
Yes, please line up. BTTC students. Come, Samreen. Stuart, please come.
Oh, I'll go this side. You give the picture.
Priyanka Makhija. Mayaji. Sachi Thavrani.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
We can have a group picture of all the BTTC students.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Hardika Rohira.
Congratulations.
Well done. Ansari Hamid Raza. Dina Zirani. Mayaji. Prachi Shinde. Pratiksha Sawant.
Sorry, Lani, sir, can
Yes,
One
Pratiksha
of the
Sawant.
Corina, please come and collect the certificate. Corina,
take a picture.
Yes, yes. Pratiksha Sawant. It's all from BTTC, that's why. That way.
She's collecting on.
So Corina is correcting on behalf of Pratiksha Sawant.
We can have one. Come here. We can have a group picture. Come. Come.
Some of you can sit. Roshni, आप इधर आ जाओ.
Where's my? Yes. Just give it to somebody back. I've given it. Okay. Stand according to height order.
Sit down, I think.
That's the best thing in school.
Sit down. Kids can come. All of you.
You have to cheat and be a little above your knees so that everybody can come. Yes.
Are they visible?
Zoom out kar thoda. I don't think they are visible. Excuse me, 1 second. You're in front of the camera, dear. Yeah. Come here. No, not you. Come. Yes. You're okay. You're
Ask Pechi to take a screenshot.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Next is.
Next we have is MMK. All the students please line up on this side from MMK who are present. And those who are not, then you will repeat yourself to come in line for the others. Yeah. So we first have Santosh Gupta, who is also the youth ambassador chosen by MMK. Great.
We need to check the names of the girls who are coming. Only 2 people are there.
Okay.
What is your name?
Shruti.
You want me to check?
Yeah, Shruti and Sakshi. Okay, no problem. Then you can all three repeat. Shruti, come.
Asha ma'am, please come now. He's from MM.
Come that side.
Let's see.
More photos, see.
1 second. Exactly. Shruti, Ruchi, Sakshi. Okay, yes, Shruti.
Pick it up next week.
It's fine.
Just
These are ads that are coming in.
no.
To put it on the right side.
Close, yeah.
Just keep the keyboard.
We'll go for the next.
So, no, we have, we can just.
The youth ambassador can come and collect all.
Collect all. Megha Nayak, Hinashi Rathod, Ronit Nayak, and Rishika Pallav. So. Ma'am, you also receive it on behalf of the students.
Hold it for them.
Done, sir. Santosh, hold it. The first batch must be envying, oh my God, why was there a lockdown during our time? We must create an event for the first batch and give them the certificates as well.
Group photo?
Oh, yeah.
Group photo. Okay. Group photo of the 3 present here.
She's also.
You won't need to be.
Yes, yes.
Just take these. Cover us. Come, Rosh. This side, this side. Up and down.
Certificate.
Sunil sir, up. Acha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now for the HR college, we first call upon Anishka Nagpal, the youth ambassador and the team leader. Yes. Just be careful, there is a camera is over there, so.
We'll call you all together.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Next.
Next is Dhruv Khurana.
Come through.
Dude, I think you can come and stand here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have Ronit Jain.
Come, Ronit.
Sorry, no.
Come. We have Shikha Kothari.
He's not there.
Okay, so.
No, just
Pooja
keep it and we
take
can. Chalo.
Chalo. Pooja Kothari. Then Dua Advani. My yes. And that's Maya ma'am's granddaughter for everyone to know. Oh. Aditya Sawant.
Come on.
Dandy.
Congratulations.
Drashti Manek. Urvi Negi.
You should give it.
I think the other students are not here.
Can I request Anish?
Zaid Vilaiti.
Yes, there is not.
Anybody?
Then Rishikesh Khedkar, Maria Mister, Hitika Harchwani. Hitika, okay. Isha Vadwa, Krishna Tahilani, Kashvi Krishnani, Zahra Bharman.
Take this.
Give hers first.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we
Please
have
come for a
everyone
group
here?
picture.
Group picture. Come. Come. Start sitting down. You can all be in the camera. You won't be visible.
Yeah, just slightly.
Group shift. Yeah. Let her come. Let her come. Yes. Yes.
Your certificates are not seen, Kanishka.
Could you move the chair, dear, slightly? The face is getting.
Is it fine?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, well done. Now we move to the KC College. All the students please line up. I think the highest attendance is KC College for today's event.
We forgot money.
Wonderful.
Money. He's from HR.
Yeah, KC.
We have to read the names.
Yes, yes. I thought some.
I think
KC.
they were taking a picture, I think.
You want me to call
No, for
HR back?
Manish. No, for Manish, I think they were taking a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so just take a picture.
Just take one picture. Sunil,
You're in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'm in front of the camera. I've taken.
Okay. So first we call upon Muhammad Owais Syed, the youth.
Certificate, ma'am.
And as he said, that it was great for him to work with the team. Leaders always create leaders. So congratulations. And that too is your certificate.
What's his
Please, you, right? You've got to frame it in your homes and then send us a picture after you've framed it to your principals and coordinators, and then Dr. Balani will send it to us.
Done. Yes.
Mehak Thot. Palak Sharma.
She there?
She's not there. The ambassador can come and take it on behalf of Palak.
Yeah.
Mithil. Okay, so two again to him. Saher.
Ma'am, it's Seher.
Seher. Okay.
Seher.
Done.
Seher Shivkar.
Maya ma'am,
Rayoman Mystery.
Your students, so we expect a lot from them for the next year.
Definitely.
Ma'am. Aryan can come forward and stand. Aryan. Come. Wait, everyone, go on. Aryan Sad. Come on, everyone, please clap. Sanjana Karhadkar.
Oh, you went.
Okay. That's the code. Sanjana. I think we should coming in a uniform as well.
The coat she is wearing is the same that she has represented HSNC University and KC College at Republic Day Parade.
Rahul Dikshit. Group picture. Group picture.
Come. आपका certificate नहीं है? This girl who was smiling.
Huh? Where is her certificate? She was present, but it came to you.
Name was not.
Yeah, so we had one name in the teams.
Please start sitting down so that we can have a picture.
You can print out one.
Love to go that way.
Sit down.
Up on your hand. Come in. And stand. Sit.
Smile, everyone.
Please just make place for her. Sit down.
I love it. HSNC University staff.
Yes.
ते तुमच्या स्टाफला बोलून घ्या. त्या कोणाला बोलवायचे? तुम्ही दोन आहेत.
Now for the CHM college.
कोणाला पहिले?
One man show.
बोलून घे.
Okay, so all the certificates will go to Sunil sir. We call out the names. So first name is of Anvita Mansani, who we saw in the video as well, who is also the youth ambassador from college.
मैंने बोला HSNC
फोटो के लिए बात है. Then we have Sakshi Gaware, Rahman Sheikh, Anjali Avasthi, Om Bhanushali, Siddharth Tiwari, Kashish Tiwari, Kajol Israni, and Diksha Dhariwal from MMK. CHF, sorry. Okay. Love it. Everybody can.
One each.
Yes. Yeah.
Take one from us.
Yeah.
You can also.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Come. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sunil sir is the winner of all.
Thanks very much. Thanks a lot.
Well done. Congratulations to the students. All right. So
One photograph
that's-
with HSNC.
Yes. We'll call upon the HSNC staff for their amazing cooperation and support for this wonderful afternoon that we have had here. Again, thank you, Dr. Balani. Also, coordination.
योगेशला बोलो ना, योगेश आला आला होता ना, हाँ यार बोलो. रोको रे बाबा.
अभी आप यहाँ आ जाओ.
नहीं आ रहा है आपका पूरा आ रहा है.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we call upon all the principal coordinators for one group picture? Okay, thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
then all the youth ambassadors.
That we can do after the vote of thanks. These are the principals. Sir, Sunil sir,
Yeah, sure.
please come. Asha ma'am. Get in. Those won't come.
New, you're not in the picture. Come to the back. You're not in the picture.
Okay, just.
Okay, dear, just get off the camera. Yeah.
So which one we are looking
Yes.
at? This one.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Wonderful. Big hand of applause. We would love to hear the clapping from the Zoom screen, so Dave and Petse could unmute and give a big hand. There. Petse, we want you unmuted.
Thank you so much. I'm in awe, and I'm so grateful to the principals, the coordinators, and the students for taking this on to such it's palpable. The feeling of amazing grace is really palpable, and you're really responsible for that. And I really want to thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And I know that our founder, Dr. Nadovsky, who has worked tirelessly on Global Dialogue Foundation through every day and every night, would be expressing his thanks. And on behalf of him and everyone at Global Dialogue Foundation, thank you so much. Thank you for all of the amazing work. It is just, it's profound. Thank you.
Dave, any few words you would like to say on the closing?
Just absolutely thank you, everyone. The amazing service and contribution is so inspiring. Continue to grow, learn, and I guess my last comment would be is really embrace the feeling of getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that's where growth occurs. So thank you so much for the inspiration. Keep up the awesome work, and lots of love and light.
And on behalf of the principals and all the colleges, the torch bearer, Dr. Balani, would give a few words of vote of thanks before we close the wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, a wonderful evening for all of us, because we all are on the same page. This is what I believe in. whatever the society has given to us, I believe that we all have empowered ourselves. Now, when we look at as far as our fellow citizens are concerned, and I believe that each one of us wants to contribute to help and to see the surrounding that inspires everyone. So I believe that not taking much of your time, I'm thankful to Maya ma'am for connecting all the HSLC board colleges, HSLC University, Global Dialogue Foundation, Unity in Diversity. And due to the common cause and purpose, I believe that we teachers and all students will definitely take forward the objectives of no doubt GDF as well as of our own colleges and even our board's vision. And our board vision is to serve the society selflessly. I think this is the philosophy of Sadhu Vaswani, Sadhu T.L. Vaswani. And by the grace of the God, they have given us a lot of inspiration, courage to serve the society, especially the Sindhi community. So I think the purpose is very noble. We have been serving, we are serving, and we will serve for the rest of our life. Another message which I have got, this is the message, and I believe in multiplying the message. I believe that all young ambassadors, students, today you must have got the participation certificate, but I will wish that one day you shall be the part and parcel of the UID and GDF member, full-fledged member, and I believe that you will be very active members of GDF in different parts of India. You will open your own chapter, and the way Sir Mike Hancock, Madam Lady Jack, our chairperson, Mr. Peter Sir, J. Rosas, Roshni ma'am, they have been, we can say, a source of inspiration for all of us. Ma'am, you have contributed immensely. That level with which ma'am uses the technology. Meeting is on and everything is in front of us in the form of timelines and everything, notes and everything, which we refer all the time while preparing the schedules and everything. So thank you, ma'am, for being here. And I believe that I must thank Pooja ma'am for always supporting HSNC University for all noble cause. She's always there. She's the Dean of Faculty of Commerce and Management and a wonderful colleague. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being there. Dr. Kishore Bishori, he's not here, but he's a wonderful brother. And we have worked since so many years. I think he's extremely doing very well at MMK College. And I think next meeting we will definitely get a chance to listen to him, the kind of work that has been done at MMK College. CHM College is a wonderful college, a board college. And Dr. Manju Lalwani Pathak is doing a wonderful work over there. Please convey our best regards to her. And Dr. Tejasri Shahanbag is an amazing colleague, a team worker. And I believe that Madam Nita Dem is representing her, but she herself an icon as far as creating culture communicators concerned. So please have a big round of applause. I believe that each one of you are going to take some inspiration from today's interaction, and very soon we want to see you, the messengers, the ambassadors of Global Dialogue Foundation, and whatever the help that you need. Maya ma'am has already given the offer. She will share her mobile number, and any of the child, if wishes to communicate to her, seek guidance, is free to communicate her at any moment of time. This is what I can say because I have been mentored by her. While preparing the schedule, we both were there online, preparing the schedule minute by making the schedule minute by minute. and I was seeking her guidance. Who shall speak first, how much, we shall give the time, how to prepare the schedule and everything, because she knows the GDF members, and I know the college principals and their schedules and everything. So this could happen because, due to the live chat between herself and myself. Ma'am, if I don't forget, it was after 11 a.m. we were
almost 12.
Yeah, almost 12. We were chatting together. So this is what the level we receive guidance from our trustees, and I believe that we are the most fortunate person in HSLC board who has got a wonderful trustees like Maya ma'am. Please have a big from BTDC side. I'm there. I'm a team member. I'm a grassroots level worker. Even if you wish to communicate anything, any help you require, I am a phone call away. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, and you can feel free from GDF to give my number as well if anybody wants.
Wow.
Assistant, which you already have with our earlier student groups that were there. So thank you so much once again, everyone, each and everyone behind the scenes.
And on behalf of my Vice Chancellor, I shall not forget, the kind of facility that we are enjoying this hall with her due permission. She has sent best wishes to each one of us. And she's a great leader. Today she is not here in India. She has gone to Vienna. She is participating in an international conference. She is a great source of inspiration for all of us. She is a role model by herself. So with her, we can say motivation, inspiration, we were able to organize this program. So thanks to ma'am also.
Thank you so very much, each and everyone. Thank you, Maya ma'am. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Landy. Thank you, Stuart, and all of you out here, and all your colleagues who have not been here today due to exams and other commitments. Please convey heartiest congratulations from Petse, Dave, and all of us here for the amazing work done, and to all your student friends who made the videos as well. I don't know if you all did it or there were any others. So people who are not there on certificate but yet have contributed to the glory of this day, thank you so much to everyone. Yes, and namaste to everyone. And we would end with this beautiful namaste. We take it as a normal greeting at Taj Hotels, welcoming people, but that's not what it is. And namaste actually means the crown and the root of our palms, whereby the root is towards the heart and the crown is towards the person who's in front of you. And you, by bowing down or by saying namaste, actually are saying, the God within me bows down to the God within you. The consciousness within me bows down to the consciousness within you. The power and potential within me bows down to the power and potential within you. So say a namaste to each one next to you. Come on, everyone. Namaste. Namaste. So let's stand up for the national anthem and close the beautiful evening. No, we'll all sing it.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. And always remember that effort plus grace is equal to success. When you run alone, it is race. When you allow God to run with you, it is grace. So thank you very much. And never forget to pray for yourselves and for the world, for everybody who needs that grace into their lives. Thank you, Petse. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Good night to Petse and good day to Dave.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see time for Ajit.